Hello, I'm Jennifer Hinke. I'm the laboratory manager here at the Coachella Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District, and this is the Mosquito-borne virus surveillance and emergency response plan. West Nile virus is a disease we have on a routine basis each year. Mosquitoes pick up the virus from infected birds and transmit it into healthy birds. If an infected mosquito bites a horse or a person, they can be infected with West Nile virus. Mosquitoes cannot pick up the virus from people or from horses. We also have St. Louis encephalitis virus here each year, and it has a very similar cycle. The district conducts its work using an integrated vector management program. This means that the district uses a science-based approach to control mosquitoes and other vectors. We conduct surveillance to determine when and where mosquitoes and viruses are present. We educate residents and property owners on how to reduce mosquitoes where they live, work, and play. When the conditions are right, the control is needed. We use physical control by removing standing water where mosquito larvae live. We use biological control, that is, putting mosquito fish in areas with standing water where that's appropriate. And we use chemical control, using the appropriate pesticides to target mosquitoes where they live and are active. The district uses the California Mosquito-borne virus surveillance and response plan and adapts it to be specific to the Coachella Valley. This plan outlines how we conduct the surveillance for mosquitoes and the viruses that it can transmit, what control options are available to us and what we use, how we communicate the risk, and how we coordinate our work with other agencies involved. The district risk model uses 5 factors that impact the transmission of West Nile and other viruses. Those are the number of virus-positive mosquito samples in an area, the abundance or number of mosquitoes that can vector or transmit the viruses, the average daily temperature for the previous 2 weeks, the number of dead birds that have tested positive for the virus, and the number of people that have tested positive for the virus. Each of these is given a score where 1 is considered low and 5 is considered high. We average the 5 numbers together to get a final risk level for the area for the week. Here we see an example of the risk values for areas of the Coachella Valley. If the overall risk level is between 1 and 2.5, we are normal season work. If the risk level is between 2.6 and 4.0, we are in emergency planning level. And if the risk level is between 4.1 and 5.0, we are seeing active transmission and are in epidemic conditions. For this example, the risk of virus transmission is highest in parts of the eastern Coachella Valley communities, as well as in some of the cities. And that means that we begin to focus our work there to reduce the risk. I'll describe more in the next slides what we mean by focusing our work. The district can impact the number of virus-positive mosquito samples and the abundance of the mosquitoes by focusing our treatments in these areas. If you hear that we detected virus in mosquito samples or are conducting adult mosquito control operations through the news, social media, or from neighborhood signs, this is a sign that we are responding to high values for these 2 factors and are actively working to reduce the risk level for virus. What does this look like in practice? In normal season, the Surveillance and Quality Control Department sets traps at a variety of locations throughout the valley. Those mosquitoes are identified to species, and samples of the mosquitoes that can transmit West Nile or St. Louis encephalitis virus are tested. In operations, employees called vector control technicians look for places with standing water and make applications of control products to reduce mosquitoes. Our public outreach department gives presentations to residents and visitors of the Coachella Valley to inform people on how to not be a mosquito source and how to wear insect repellent. When we do detect West Nile virus or when mosquito numbers are high, we are often in the emergency planning level of virus risk. While continuing the work of normal season, we add work across the district. The Surveillance and Quality Control Department sets extra traps around traps where mosquito samples have been positive for virus. We also check the efficacy of the products that we will use to control adult mosquitoes so the operations department can use the most effective ones. In operations, vector control technicians will move from routine work to focusing on areas with virus activity or on areas with high mosquito populations. They use our internal system to see known mosquito habitats that need to be checked. They post disease warning signs at intersections and entrances to communities. They also look for areas of non-flowering plants where an application can be made to target adult mosquitoes that rest on those plants. Our public outreach department increases their communication to the community, targeting the same areas where virus or mosquito numbers are higher. They spend more time reaching out to and educating leaders and residents in these neighborhoods. During this time, virus level can increase, and we may be making additional responses. Typically, these are in the form of adult mosquito control activities. Depending on the neighborhood or area, we will make applications of adult mosquito control products in the evening or in the morning before sunrise, when the mosquitoes are active. We make these by truck and by helicopter, depending on how much virus activity and mosquito activity is in the area. We also reach out to our cities, counties, and community leaders directly to spread the word on how to help us reduce the mosquito population and how to prevent people from being bitten by mosquitoes. Public outreach shares this information by press releases, resulting in TV, radio, and news stories. When we do reach epidemic conditions, the work of normal season and emergency planning continues. Often the trapping, treatments, and outreach is pushed to its highest levels, and priorities are reconfirmed by discussions of the department leaders. Behind the scenes, the district general manager and the department managers will have discussions with county, state, and other mosquito control districts to coordinate efforts. We have ongoing discussions with our vendors to ensure that our supplies can be replenished. We partner with the county to ensure that the medical community, that is our doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, and others, recognize the symptoms of these viruses so that patients can be tested quickly. Thank you for viewing this video. If you have questions or if you need service for mosquitoes or other vectors, please reach out to us by phone or by email. Thank you.